Hello, thank you for so much for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Thanks for checking me out. So tonight I'm not going to specifically talk about the Mandela Effect, about specifics, about individual things that I've noticed because that's not really moving us forward. I'm not going to sit here and try to convince anybody of anything. That's not what. Either you have a belief or you don't have a belief, and either you see a glass half empty or half full. There's people that, like Einstein said, that see miracles, and there's people that don't. I'm paraphrasing, but what I wanted to talk about with you is that about trust. So, when it comes to trust, you have to understand that if these things are, what you see manifesting, God is the God of manifestation. So when you see these, things changes, I think it's important for us to trust God. And it's okay to question and wondering, what's going on, but we have to trust. So I thought I'd bring that out. And being that I feel like I'm part of God and in a way, so I'm like speaking as a spokesperson, that I just thought I'd say, hey, this will be like the Mandela Effect complaint department now. So if you'd like to complain about any Mandela effects, feel free to complain on my channel, and I'll address them with you. We could work them out, perhaps together. I think it's more important for us to, work through these kind of problems if you have any problems versus not having problems. And what is the real problem about it? It's the fear. So fear builds a separation, and trust binds together those things. So when you become more one with the source and you become more one with all and God, you're going to be trusting more. And I think it's important to find that, wholeness within yourself, wholeness and being holy work together, right? So when you're, where they got the name glow and glory, they were together. So when you're being more whole, you're being more holy. So we have to take those separate parts inside you and put them together, and not be so negative about things. I think that's an important thing. People say, and I've been doing that in my older videos, saying, questioning this narrative or that narrative, and I think it's important to, there's bigger things afoot, honestly, and we sometimes we see a smaller picture. We're not seeing the greater picture. Now that some are seeing more of a larger picture, then you question things and you say, hey, what's this and what's that? The veil, I could say this, the veil's been lifted for me pretty much now. So I, for the most part, so I do know what the Mandela Effect, what's going on, finally. So I wanted to make a video to start by saying, let's have work these things out, together to come to an understanding, a common ground where people won't be so divisive. And I think it's important, number one, to trust and trust the process there. And it is a process, and you can, when you see processes, you could actually, have them negative, anything you could benefit from something and make it a positive. So you can make something positive or make it a negative. I understand a lot of people question everything, going on crazy tangents, and certainly I've had some theories, to say the least, right? But I think it's important to take what we have and move forward in a positive manner. And there's certainly a Mandela Effect community, which is a beautiful community of diverse people, but those people, can come together and be so positive and so, it really is awe-inspiring when you see that. So I think it's certainly important to, the trust is the first part. The second part is to, when you see the deeper levels of it, it all kind of, it really does make sense. And the dots connect more when you're more in line and not going for the separation. I know that sounds trite for a lot of this, but I think it's important to certainly trust the process. Jesus said that two most important commandments were love God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, and love others as yourself. So we have to keep that focus. You have to keep that focus in what you do all the time. It's so hard. And you want to get angry, right? You want to get angry and say, why is this happening? Why is this? Why is that? If you really think about it, what has really, is anything really negatively changed for you? Some people say, well, because I noticed this, I changed my life and I did other things. Okay, well, that's your choice. And if it's negatively affecting you, then that's because you gave up trust. But did it help you wake you up more to different things? Did it open up other avenues of thought for you? You're looking at things negative, and maybe you should be looking at them more, positive. People will be commenting, I'm sure, on this video. Well, it changed the Bible versus changed, that bothered me too. Did certainly bother me, but it's you have to look at it overall. I think overall, what and in those things you have to understand that you have to that understanding that everything can change is a good thing. I just want to make a quick video. Thanks so much. Like, subscribe, share. The Mandela Effect complaint department's open. Let's grow together. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.